is when I step on this pedal, it cuts the signal. So the effect is not only does my guitar stay in tune a little better, but you don't hear me tuning out loud. And to me, one really simple difference between a professional band and an amateur band is that pro bands never tune out loud so that you can hear them. So everybody will have one of these pedals and they just check the tuning and fix it in between songs or whatever. The second pedal I have here is called a super overdrive. And you'll see it has a few knobs here on it. One of the knobs is just level. That just determines whether the signal is louder after it comes out of the pedal or quieter, or how I have it, which is set in the middle so that it's the same volume with the pedal turned on or turned off. It's the same. The one in the middle is tone volume, or tone knob, I mean. And that just, it's a simple knob that turns between bass and treble, and it just sort of slightly affects the tone of your signal. And then this drive knob is the one that actually adds distortion. And essentially I don't use it for the main distortion tone. It's just sort of to add a little bit of extra overdrive, and that's all it does. And maybe affect the tone a little. And then this final pedal that my sound goes through before heading over to the amplifier is a noise suppressor. Once again, if you're playing in a band, if you want to sound a lot more professional without spending a lot of money, get a noise suppressor so that anytime the music stops, your signal cuts out, and that way there's not any feedback or any unwanted noise. And you can control how much it actually affects your signal. Depending on how these knobs are set, you can determine how loud a noise has to be before the pedal cuts in, and the decays, how immediate the pedal cuts in. So basically I have it set so that it allows a certain amount of noise before it cuts the pedal in, but if it does cut, then it cuts immediately, because the music I used to has space for 7 guitars, but I actually only have 5 sitting in here, so this one here is this is a Richard Z guitar. It's a signature model from the Rammstein guitar player. I mostly like it because it has a real Floyd Rose on it. So that thing, you can yank on it as much as you want and it doesn't go out of tune. It's really nice. I've had lots of licensed Floyd Rose tremolos and they usually work for about 6 months and then they stop staying in tune. This one I've had for years and it still works perfectly. I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to this. What we got here is a bottle of alcohol. That's just rubbing alcohol. I use that to clean off the guitars. Down here, we've got a bottle of string lube. This right here. I've noticed that if you use string lubrication on the ends of the strings where there's high tension and metal to metal contact, so that would be all along here, and also up at the top where the nut is, it has the effect of preventing breaking strings quite as easily. There's another guitar over there. These ones I like because of the inlays on the neck. It's pretty cool. Got a couple over here that actually just have the normal dots. Sorry, this is so dark. Believe me, I actually do have the lights on in this room, and even with the maglite, it's still not really coming out very bright on this screen. But anyway, these guitars are all tuned differently, and all 4 of them have 24 fret necks, which you can see the dots on the side. But when it's a double dot, that means that that's the octaves. So we have 1 octave and 2 octaves right there. It's the same thing on all of them. This one doesn't have the double dots, but it does have the 24 frets. Same with that one. Anyway. Back to breaking strings. I actually, the one day I've ever played a show in Las Vegas, I broke strings on my main guitar and on my backup guitar. And the same night, basically, standing there in the middle of a song and I didn't have a guitar. And luckily, a guy named Eric Rutan was on tour with us. His band was playing after us. And we had talked earlier that day, luckily, that we noticed we were using the same tuning. So he was standing back there when I broke the string on the second guitar, and he just reached over and handed me his guitar. Let me finish the show with it, and it was really nice of him. And it was kind of funny because 2 nights later, the same thing happened to him in San Diego, and so I was able to return the favor by having him borrow my guitar to finish the show. But around that time was when I was breaking strings every night, every single show, and as soon as I got that string lube and started applying it when I put new strings on, I apply it on the ends down there. And from then on, I never broke a string during a show. Never. Not in over 200 shows.